Hello, everyone. Good evening. I am Karthik Sharma, joining you from the Economic Times studios at the National PSU Summit by the Economic Times ET Government in Delhi. And I am joined by Mr. Ajitab Sharma, who is a Senior IS Officer and Principal Secretary of Industries and Commerce in Government of Rajasthan. Welcome, Mr. Sharma. At the PSU Summit. Mr. Sharma, I want to understand from you that being a Principal Secretary of Industries and Commerce, there's a huge surge of industries and investment in Rajasthan. People are looking up to the state. But how do you think how government can facilitate and promote the industrial development and investment in Rajasthan?
Yeah, thank you, Karthik, first of all, for inviting me here in this summit and giving me the opportunity to interact with the other delegates and the participants. So, I would try to answer your question in a slightly different manner and I would like to bring your focus to few things which we in Rajasthan are doing in the industries department to improve the investment climate and create ease of doing business both for the existing and the new businesses. So first thing what we have done is that we have brought all of our land assets of all the industrial areas online. So there is a project of Government of India by the name of IILB, which is India Industrial Land Bank. And Rajasthan is one of the pioneer states which has brought all industrial plots, both where the units are under function and as well as the vacant plots, where if there is any new investor who is wanting to search for an industrial plot, so it contains all the information. What is the location of that vacant industrial plot? What is the area? How it is located in terms of the connected infrastructure? What other connected facilities like availability of water is there, or road connectivity, or is there any other railway station close by? What is the linkage with the inland container depot? Such kind of information on real-time basis is available. So now say if you are one of the investors who are wanting to get into Rajasthan and start some business, then you can go in that portal, look for the areas across the state in all of the districts, and online you can place your request to RICO, which is the Industrial Development and Investment Corporation of the state, that I am wanting this particular piece of land. And then we'll process that application for allotment of land. We'll get in touch with that prospective investor, and then things would go ahead. This is one thing unique which we have done. Another thing is that we are now focusing on some of the greenfield industrial areas where we say that they would be the smart industrial estates of the state. So as of now, we do not have any of the industrial areas which falls in that category in Rajasthan. There are quite a few good smart industrial areas in southern part of the country. So we are trying to learn from them and open up new areas in the coming period of say like 2 to 3 years. So in terms of the facilities which will be providing, may it be electricity or water, the manner in which the services are being maintained, and more than that, like the common environment related facilities or treatment plants or the service areas in terms of the logistics we can provide them, or maybe the locations for workers residences. So number of facilities would be there. That is another intervention which we are trying to make. And apart from that, though we already have a kind of single window clearance system and one stop shop solution, but the pioneer intervention which we are making on the directions of our honorable chief minister is that we are integrating both those platforms, and we are trying to create a kind of seamless back-end business environment within around 13 to 14 line departments in the government, so that the prospective investor doesn't have to go to different departments. Like sometimes it is revenue department for conversion or allotment matter, and sometimes like it is forest department for different kinds of NOCs which are needed. It can be factory and boilers department, or it can be like obtaining consent from the state pollution control board or electricity department for new connections and maybe the water supply department. So, and sometimes the local bodies also, like fire NOCs and depositing the fire cess. All of these things would be brought in one place, and the back end engineering process that will be kind of totally optimized. It will take another period of like 6 to 7 months, but that is another big intervention which we are taking place. So, saying simply, we are in the pursuit of like revamping and strengthening our single window clearance system and one stop shop solution in the Bureau of Investment Promotion in Rajasthan.
Okay. So these are some of the really great initiatives and also improvement in the existing initiatives in terms of better service delivery. I want to also understand from you that what are the major thirst areas in Rajasthan where you want to, put your more efforts so that you get maximum result in terms of investment and industries penetration in Rajasthan.
See, like as you must certainly be knowing that Rajasthan is now becoming a big hub of renewable energy generation. So, like, and we in the last rankings, we were number one state in whole of the country in solar power generation as well as wind power generation. We have hugely competitive, progressive solar power generation policy and wind power generation policy as well as hybrid and storage energy policies. So, but the point is that there is always a question that huge tracts of land are allotted to these renewable energy power developers, and they ultimately lead to very small number of employment generation. So that is a challenge. So now our focus and thrust is basically on creating a kind of cluster in western part of Rajasthan, maybe more than one cluster for RE manufacturing. So the components like solar panels or the uh, solar wafers or the other components of like wind power farms, maybe even cables or inverters or transformers, end to end. So we have identified few locations where we'll be soon announcing RE manufacturing park. So in certain category of components, water is not a constraint. But if you go further back and if you start talking about like manufacturing wafers, which ultimately goes into production of solar panels, then water is an issue. So we are trying to address that issue as well. So that is one of our prime focus area. And another focus area is that Rajasthan is highly rich in natural resources, particularly the minerals. So, and they are scattered across the state. But uh, except a few category of major minerals, value addition doesn't take place in Rajasthan. So, like most of our natural resource, which is like quartz, feldspar, they go to Morvi for manufacturing of tiles. And apart from that, there are like dolomite or steel grade limestone, or then to a great category, other category to a great extent, other categories of dimensional stones, they go out of Rajasthan. So how more value addition can happen in the state of Rajasthan? So this comes with two perspectives of creating more value as well as providing more employment, particularly when I talk about natural resources segment. So we are coming out with a very progressive cluster development policy at the state level, though there is a cluster development policy at the level of Government of India also. But we are trying to customize and reshape that whole policy, and the state government would be funding that policy, and the focus would be on creating few mineral or stone related clusters across the state. So this idea basically comes from the concept that we need to have more and more focus on employment generation, particularly at the more disaggregated level across the state. Because, say, the big industries, like when you talk about the auto sector, for example, so like if there is an investment of 2,000 crore rupees, the kind of employment it provides. And if you talk about like 20 MSMEs, 100 crore each, again 2,000 crores, but it provides multiple number of employment to the people. So we are trying to slightly focus equally more on that segment. So we have prepared the first draft of our MSME policy. So there are different kind of incentives and relaxations which would be available in that policy. That is our another thrust area. And one more thrust area is like, as you are aware that Government of India has invested huge amount of money in Western Dedicated Freight Corridor, DWFC, and a large percentage part of that railway track passes the state of Rajasthan. And we have got good junctions and number of good stations which fall in the geographical area of state of Rajasthan. So we are focusing those particular areas also in terms of developing industrial zones at few of the pockets. And for that, we have almost finalized our land pooling policy, because land as an asset in the government domain, that is the government land for industrialization, is getting more and more difficult to obtain because of number of reasons. Sometimes there would be litigations, or sometimes it is the pasture land, or sometimes it is close to the forest area, or sometimes you will find the land being encroached. So now we have to shift our focus for obtaining even the private land for industrialization purposes. So we are thinking of coming out with the land pooling policy in a big way, and we have almost finalized it. So once that land pooling policy or land aggregation policy is out, I think land would not remain much of an issue in terms of, because these new industrial areas, the greenfield areas, we would be wanting more to be closer to the new expressways which have, like this Baroda Delhi Mumbai expressway which has come up, or as I am talking about DWFC, or the DMIC nodes, the JPMIA and KBNIR node. So we want to focus on those particular areas, and if government land is not available, then this private land aggregation policy is going to help us in a big way.
Do you think there's a scope of having some parks in the state of Rajasthan, maybe high tech park, IT parks, or logistic parks? Some big infrastructures that may help all these stakeholders at one place uh, in the industry.
Logistic parks policy first draft we have already prepared, and we'll be soon floating it for stakeholder feedback. So it will be out in public domain, and the broader idea about these logistic parks is to again remain somewhere in the influence area of DWFC, the DMIC nodes. So that we are thinking of doing, and there are few locations which are in our mind. So once that policy is out, what kind of incentives we finalize to provide to the logistics industry. So I think that is on our radar, and it is one of the primary thrust areas, considering this again the DMIC region. So we are working on that.
How do you see that? How investors? What are the if any investors comes to the state? What are the some major things that can be a USP of Rajasthan for the investors, which can attract investors to the state? Some points about Rajasthan, if you think.
Okay, so what I can say is the overall uh, manner in which the government interacts with the investors and the businesses. So we are trying very hard to change that perception, and partly we have been very successfully able to do that. So at the personal level, I have made it a point that if any of the investors mm, across the country from any state or maybe even abroad, if the team or their representatives are wanting to meet me, then I always personally try to meet them, try to explain them what the state of Rajasthan has for them to provide. We try to understand their requirements and problems. And one big change in, say, in governance or our perspective of governance which we have brought in this, that we are totally open to the ideas in terms of the requirements of the prospective investors, what they are wanting. We are open to that. and decisions are taken at the appropriate levels though, but we are open to the idea that like what you are wanting and up to what level the state can go in terms of maybe even modifying the existing policies or providing benefits more than what is already provided in those policies, like we have the investment promotion scheme. If anything more than that is required, we are open to that as well. There are certain issues like cost of land and the connected infrastructure and water as a constraint, particularly when you talk about the state of Rajasthan. But we are open to those ideas, and we have been able to crunch down few of the very good investment deals in last 6 months. That is, I can say, that is one big change. And uh, another thing what we are trying to do is that we are like wanting to create a kind of institutional mechanism in terms of how the business interacts with government as a whole. So which includes like the our CS office or maybe even our minister industries office, and so that whole concept is changing. The way Rajasthan responds to the requirements or observations of the industry and the businesses, both the existing and the new ones.
So in this new Rajasthan, the Economic Times Rajasthan Business Summit, Economic Times is organizing, and we are very honored that Department of Industries and Commerce is the host partner for that. So, what is your message for the stakeholders, and how would you like to invite all of them to the event?
So everyone is welcome, and thanks a lot to Economic Times Group for organizing that summit in the month of September. So my only message is that if possible, try to get in touch with us even before the summit. Let us know about your requirements. What are the issues which are holding up the new investments? Because at times there is information asymmetry in terms of the gap of information or communication, and sometimes we are not able to understand what is the true requirement, or maybe sometimes we are late in responding back, and sometimes maybe even the industry is not able to understand the constraints in which a particular level at which they are interacting in the government. So like if I am not able to do something, then they're always welcome to even interact with the minister or to the higher ups in the system. So I think that is a process which should take place before that business meet, so that we can think of announcing something before that meet in terms of modifications of the policies or new industrial areas, or like if something more can be done for the thrust or upcoming areas. So that is my only request to both the team of Economic Times as well as the stakeholders who intend to participate in that conference.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for sparing time and talking to us. So we were talking to Mr. Ajitab Sharma, Principal Secretary, Industries and Commerce, Government of Rajasthan, in the Economic Times studios at the National PSU Summit by ET Government, the Economic Times. And here we wrap up this conversation. Thank you so much.